Now that we're 3 weeks into the NFL season with week 4 here, I thought I'd take a look at the 5 biggest storylines in the early part of the year on today's 4 Verts episode. My name is Harrison Graham. Subscribe if you want daily NFL and college football content. Number 1, gotta be the easiest answer here to the biggest surprise so far this season is just how well Daniel Jones has played. I mean, I didn't think it was impossible that a new scene, Shane Steichen could have him play at a serviceable level, certainly better than what he's played the last couple of years, but he's objectively, through 3 weeks, been one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I mean, he's been accurate, he's been decisive, he's really attacked that intermediate area of the field pretty well, that 10 to 20-yard chunk where you can really exploit defenses. He's taking care of the football. He's got 6 total touchdowns, no turnovers. I mean, maybe he's got a fumble, but he's been very good. He's been very, very good. And, raw stats aside, EPA, which is kind of an advanced metric, which is basically measures your efficiency, he's first in the NFL. QBR, which is the ESPN stat scale of 0 to 100, he's at almost an 86 QBR, which is first in the NFL. His PFF rating among all quarterbacks is 7th. He's been very, very good. Now, it's a small sample size. 2 of the 3 opponents have been Tennessee and Miami, 2 really bad football teams, but he went into Denver and put up 29 points. Now, I'm not saying it's all him. Jonathan Taylor leads the NFL in rushing. Shane Steichen's a hell of a play caller. Their offensive line is the highest graded unit in the NFL, so it's kind of a perfect storm for them. They can lean on the run, good play caller, good O-line, good weapons around him. Tyler Warren's been great, but we got to give credit where it's due. I don't think anyone's saying, oh, he's some elite player now, but is he the latest example of, hey, if you plug in this guy who had some pedigree as a first-round pick into a good situation, can he play at a good level? Yes. So far, that's what we're seeing. Now, again, 3 games, I expect it to dip. He's got the Chargers coming up. I think the Rams this week. So, he'll have some tougher tests, but even if he dips a little bit, at least for this year, the Colts are going to get serviceable at worst level quarterback play. That's what it seems like to me. Remains to be seen if he could be a long answer there or somewhere else, but good for Daniel Jones, man. I mean, he looked like a bona fide scrub the past couple of years. You put him in a kind of low-profile situation with a good coach and good infrastructure, guy could play pretty well like we've seen so far this year. Are you buying Daniel Jones? Type B for buy, S for sell. If this was like the stock market, I'd buy low. I'd buy 10, 20 shares. I'm not going to go crazy or anything. I'm not buying 50 Bitcoins here or something like that. But, I'm buying the fact that he's going to play well enough to keep the Colts in the mix to potentially win the AFC South or earn a wild card spot. All right, number 2, the Chiefs' overall struggles. Now, they were kind of a popular regression team pick. And listen, they won 15 games last year. I think they were 11-1 in one-score games. So, sure, I didn't think they'd win 15 games. But, I was like, they'll win 12, 13. I'm for sure picking them to win the AFC West. And right now, you would say the Chargers are clearly ahead of them. They beat them head-to-head. They're 3-0. Chiefs are 1-2 with their only win over Russell Wilson and the Giants. And let's face it, if the Giants had decent QB play that night, it could have gone the other way. Patrick Mahomes has actually been pretty good. The completion percentage, I know, is down, but his QBR is 82. I think it's 6th in the NFL. So he's actually been pretty good. But the help around him has been pretty bad. The offensive line's been, I'd say, average. They cannot run the football. I think that's the biggest glaring problem is Mahomes leads the team in rushing with 125 yards. So A, you don't want him leading the team in rushing, and B, 125 yards through 3 weeks. That's not that's 40 yards a game. That's not what you want to see whatsoever. They're still running their offense at times through Kelsey. Kelsey needs to be a complimentary piece at best at this point. They really miss Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy, bad. So they're trying to survive the next 3 weeks until Rice comes back. Worthy could be back this week, so I think that will help. Tyquan Thornton's made some plays. That's good. But the defense isn't as good. Harrison Butker's missing kicks. He's missed 2 field goals and an extra point already, so he doesn't look as sharp. So it's kind of this perfect storm. Key guys out, not getting enough help around him. And, sometimes this is kind of the price you pay, right? A lot of high-paid players, guys getting older. It's hard to maintain a dynasty. It's not easy. I think they're going to be fine, but I also think it's fair to acknowledge, right now, this is not the team to beat in the AFC. They look like a middle-of-the-pack NFL team through 3 weeks. I think that'll change. I think they'll be a playoff team, but maybe they're more of like a 10-win team, 11-win team, and not like this 13-plus win team juggernaut that everyone's going to pick to go to the Super Bowl. Okay, number 3, C.J. Stroud's continued regression. This is concerning at this point, man. It really, really is, and we'll kind of outline some numbers and just take a look at the overall picture of C.J. Stroud's career up to this point. But first, I do want to tell you guys about today's sponsor. We appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. The best daily fantasy sports app out there is Prize Picks, and you should download the app. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. It's very easy to play Prize Picks, as you just pick more or less on stat projections on 2 to 6 player lineups. If you get your lineup right, you can win up to 2,000 times your money with certain lineups. That's right, $10 could turn into $20,000. Prize Picks also invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. This week, Prize Picks is offering a max discount play for Jalen Hurts. You just take more than half a passing yard there, and then I've turned it into a 3-player lineup. Ashton Genty, I like him to find the end zone. That's a goblin pick. Just has to have at least one rushing or receiving touchdown. And then I took the more on Rome Odunze's receiving yards. He's been off to a really good start for the Bears this year. 61.5 is where that number is set right there. 3-player lineup. Take advantage. You can use that lineup. You can do plenty of lineups, other sports available. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use our code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Let's take a look at C.J. Stroud's career. His rookie year, what was the chatter? This is one of the best rookie seasons of all time. There was even a stretch like, is he an MVP candidate? He was very good. He was awesome. 4,100 yards in 15 games. So if you played all 17, he's probably more like 4,500. Took care of the football, accurate, decisive, threw with good touch, just everything. Like he just looked fantastic. And, a team that won 3 games the year before, they won 10 games and made the playoffs. And look, last year they won 10 games too and made the playoffs. But, across the board, he wasn't as good. The off-target accuracy, he took a lot of sacks. And a lot of us were like, well, the offensive line is horrible. Bobby Slowick's offense has come a little bit predictable. So, okay, let's change play callers. Let's bring in Nick Caley. Let's trade Laramie Tunsil because, he's getting older. A lot of penalties, expensive. We'll try to kind of replace with scheme and some younger players, and that hasn't seemed to work so far. So I'm not going to act like it's perfect around him all of a sudden. Joe Mixon's not healthy, but is this who CJ is? I want to go back to the graph actually, because his rookie year, 15 games, it's been 20 games since. Just look at the comparison here. In the last 20 games, 22 touchdowns, so it's barely a touchdown a game. He's tripled his interceptions in comparison to the first 5 games. QB rating is down 15 points. The yards per attempt is down, so he's not hitting as many plays downfield. So it makes you wonder, who is C.J. Stroud? Is it the guy on the left side of the screen long term? Is it the guy on the right side of the screen? Is it somewhere in the middle? I would guess it's somewhere in the middle, but I think the lesson here is a couple of things. One, as you can see my finger here, we can't anoint quarterbacks after one season. We could say, I think they're good, or I predict they're going to have a great career, but moving forward, I know for me at least, I don't care how good a rookie is. Hell, he could win the MVP. When I do my QB rankings for the next season, I'm not putting them in the top 10. Because these teams, these coaches are too good. Even early on, and Jaden Daniels has only played 2 games this year, but in the 2 games he played, it's okay, he's good, but you could tell these defenses, after a year of film and offseason, it's they're challenging him, they're making him make different plays. He doesn't look as dominant early to start this year because it's fucking hard to play quarterback in the NFL. It's hard to maintain. That's why the Joshes, the Mahomes, all these guys who do it year after year after year, it's why they're all-time greats. It's just not easy to do. C.J. Stroud's a great example. Great rookie year. Since then, he's kind of a middle-of-the-pack player. That's what we've seen so far. That doesn't mean that's all he's going to be moving forward. But right now, and I'll ask you guys, what is C.J. Stroud? Is he good? Is he mid? Is he bad? Right now, he's mid. Is he what is he, 20th best quarterback in the NFL? Probably somewhere around there, late teens, early 20s. Like, who would you take today, C.J. Stroud or Sam Darnold? I would take Sam Darnold right now. So things can change. It's a fluid sport. But other than those elite guys and the top tier 2 guys, after that, a lot of fluctuation year in and year out. And that's why when you get one of those top 8, top 10 guys, you keep them long term. All right, number 4. God, how bad are the Titans around Cam Ward? And that includes coaching, by the way. I think Callahan's a joke. I mean, this Cam Ward Titans thing, it feels very Bearsy to me from last year. Now, the Bears had better receiving weapons than Cam Ward's got, so that is a difference. But Callahan feels like the offensive Eberflus to me, where it's like he's admitting he didn't know that an elbow counts as 2 feet. He's already given up play calling. Like, it just feels weird. It's like this is just not going to work. And look, Cam Ward's a rookie. He's making mistakes every week, but that's part of it. Like, you rarely do have these C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels rookie years where these guys just come in and dominate. But, like, these stats are not indicative of how he's played. There's been a lot of drops. He's under pressure. He's taken 15 sacks, and, yeah, he holds the ball too long at times, but his time to throw is right around 3 seconds. It's not an egregious number. The O-line is horrible. The receivers are bad. Calvin Ridley just sucks now. Like, I don't know what his problem is. And I think Callahan's a joke, which is why he's already given up play calling duties. He's on pace to get sacked 85 times. That would set the record by 9 sacks held by David Carr back in 2002 when the Texans were in the first year of their expansion franchise. Like, that is just not what you want for your franchise quarterback. And look, it's tough being a number 1 pick in most situations because typically the cupboard's fairly empty, but I think it's even more empty than they thought. They paid $80 million for Dan Moore to be their left tackle. He sucks. He's just not a good player. Calvin Ridley's making $23-24 million per year. He's looking like an average at best number 2 receiver. I mean, when your best weapon so far is Alec Aomaner, a 4th-round rookie, like, he's been probably their best weapon so far, and he's got 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's not good, man. And, the Titans switched GMs but kept Callahan. You're like, what has Brian Callahan shown to not just do, like, a clean reset? Like, that didn't make any sense. And now, 3 weeks in, he's giving up play calling. I tweeted this out. It's like, that's the first step to getting fired. Like, you're already giving up play calling 3 weeks in. This is not how you develop a number 1 pick at quarterback. Bad situation all across the board in Tennessee for Cam Ward. And you just hope he can kind of just kind of take it this year and it doesn't just completely ruin him as a player. So hopefully that doesn't end up happening to him. All right, subscribe to the channel. We got one more to get to, but if you want daily NFL content, news, rumors, trade buzz, reaction to primetime games, we'll react to Thursday Night Football if you're watching this on Thursday morning. Rock and roll with us. We got you covered here on 4 Verts. Okay, the AFC East is somehow worse than it's been. Like, somehow it's even worse. I mean, the Bills are obviously very good. The Patriots, I thought, would be a little better than they are. Like, I wasn't necessarily buying, they're going to win 10 games, but, like, you have 5 turnovers against the Steelers. I mean, what are you doing? Drake May's actually playing well, but, like, the team just kind of sucks. They're undisciplined, which I didn't expect for a Mike Vrabel squad. They're one of the highest penalized teams in the league. The Jets are close to being 2-1, so they've been scrappy, but their defense is worse than I thought. They're not very good defensively at all. And the Dolphins, they were kind of an easy, like, pick-on team, like, it's going to all fall out from under them with Mike McDaniel. And I know they were competitive against the Bills the other night, but, like, they're even worse than you thought. I mean, Daniel Jones made Tua look like a 5th grader in comparing those QBs in week 1. I mean, they throttled Miami. And by the way, Jets-Dolphins, Monday Night Football, loser of that game. I mean, you're looking at a potential number 1 pick team. The Bills might clinch. I mean, literally clinch. I mean, we already know they're winning the division, but literally, like, they've clinched a playoff spot before December. It could be week 13, week 14. They're already in the playoffs because I think the rest of this division is a joke. And by the way, Bills, Patriots in 2 weeks, I think. If the Bills beat the Patriots head-to-head, I mean, the gap between the Bills and the rest of the division just in terms of games could be already like 4 by that point in time. So it's just, we all kind of thought it wasn't that good. Jets and Dolphins weren't expected to be good, but they're even worse than expected. And I think the Patriots, who were kind of a trendy wild card pick, that they're not as far along as people thought. So yeah, that's been kind of interesting to watch so far. All right, there you have it. 5 big surprises so far through 3 weeks of the NFL season. What is the biggest surprise in the NFL so far for you? What has really caught your attention? Be hard to say anything other than Daniel Jones, right? I mean, he's playing like at worst, a top 10 quarterback, if not a top 5 guy through the first few weeks of the season. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of 4Verts. Did you know we had an Instagram page? Go give us a follow at 4VertsIG. DMs are open, so we can chat over there as well. My name is Harrison Graham. See you guys soon.